Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy P Lot, aka the Brick Slinger, and guess what? Your boy got something to say. A lot of things that's been going on lately, but for some strange reason, there's one story that keep being told over and over again over many things. And no, I'm not talking about the Winter Olympics, and no, I'm not talking about Donald Trump. Nope. I'm talking about the whole deal between Netflix and Monique. Now, for those who probably don't know or don't understand or probably do not care, here's a little glimpse. Uh, a month ago, or practically a month ago, Monique did a video asking for the people to boycott Netflix for racial and gender bias. And yet, she mentioned how Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock, both black African American males, managed to get 20 plus million for their deal for their comedy special. And then Amy Shermer, who is a white female, start got a deal for 11, but asked for a little bit more, but managed to get 2 more million out of the deal. Netflix offered Monique, a legend, $500,000, and there was no mention of negotiation. And then asks why why she's only getting 500,000. And that when asked, Netflix mentioned, now this is according to Monique and her team, saying that it wasn't based upon resume or why Amy Sherman got the 11 million, 13 million. But it was the fact that it wasn't about resume, but the simple fact that this woman, Amy, was selling out arena for her comedy specials and doing movies as well. And then Monique's team asks, isn't that not a resume? Now, now Monique is like on a tour per se, promoting her Netflix boycott. No comedy specials, no movies, no TV shows, not even a comedy album, mixtape whatsoever. But the boycott, because that seems to be important. Now, she was on the Breakfast Club. Not because of, but the thing of it is, it wasn't based on the fact that she was doing the boycott. It was the fact that Charlemagne the God, called put her in the segment known as Donkey of the Day. Because one thing, if those who do not know, Charlemagne the God is a co-host of the show The Breakfast Club that is in New York City, but yet managed to get worldwide attention via YouTube. And he basically had a segment where anything that seemed a little odd from a person or a system gets Donkey of the Day. She managed to be on that segment because he understands a thing or two about business, and especially coming from an outside looking in perspective as well as an inside looking out perspective. And she was on Donkey of the Day. She took offense of that and made a big deal out of it, to the point where she called him out of his government name, and basically was talking about, like, let's just face it, calmly but surely, being disrespectful to a degree. Cause you don't bring up somebody's mama and grandmama and consider them donkey of the day because you're donkey of the day, to a degree. Now this is me paraphrasing. Now don't take my word for it. Just paraphrasing it. You can go check out these links. It's on YouTube, and the topic is trending like crazy. So Monique goes to the Breakfast Club and try to plead her case and try to understand why she's on Donkey of the Day. Because that's what she's really there for. She's not there because of the Netflix situation. It's really because of Donkey of the Day. The Netflix and the deals and all the other stuff just came along with it. Because truth be told, I have to agree with Charlemagne on, or Leonard as she preferred to call him, even though that's his real name, but I'm gonna call him by his stage name until, because I don't know that man personally. All right, so she get on this platform. Her and her husband is on the phone trying to plead the case of trying to help people to understand where they're coming from. However, it's like Monique has this thing of answering the question with a question, and then try to swift gears and change it, try to switch gears, change lanes, and trying to make it seem like everybody's tripping but her. But it's like nobody fully understand why you're not doing something else, and yet you too busy focusing on Netflix because they offer you 500,000. Was there no negotiating going on? Then you go on the View, and it's kind of the same way with Whoopi Goldberg, who is really the most decorated comedian alive. If we talking awards, if we talking resume, Whoopi Goldberg is the most clearly the most decorated comedian. Period. But enough about that. And then Whoopi tried to school her because she's not like the rest of the hosts. Let's keep it a buck. She's not like everybody else that's going to be like, oh, okay, cool. No. Whoopi knows the game. She's been in the game long enough to know, hey, they can clap about all this crazy stuff all they want to, but I know the truth. You know the truth. And we all know what you're talking about ain't really 100. And I can tell based on facial expression. So what's my thing? Quite frankly, the whole racial and gender bias is not really looking good on Monique's behalf, due to the fact that she mentioned 3 names that had Netflix deals, and all 3 names managed to get $1 million deals. Yet Monique only managed to get $100,000 deals. And there was no talk of negotiation. Then we got somebody out of nowhere, or another webisode journalist letting it be known that Monique really wasn't telling the truth. There was actually a $3 million deal for Monique. And there was supposed to be an audition to talk with the Netflix team, but it never went any further. So it really, again, it don't look good on Monique's behalf. Check this out. The word of God makes it clear that your gifts makes room. And it also makes clear that your character, how you present yourself, will determine whether or not you should rock with kings or rock with servants. Point blank. All in Proverbs. Just read Proverbs. Just check it out for yourself. Read Proverbs. In fact, read each chapter a day. So it's like if it's on the first day of the month, read Proverbs chapter 1. You know what I'm saying? Because you read Proverbs, I guarantee you will get some wisdom a day. Each day, you follow the pattern of the day. You follow day 2, read chapter 2. Day 3, read chapter 3. So on and so on. And you will understand what God presents And at the same time, you would practically will understand what Jesus was talking about in chapter 5, 6, and 7 of Matthew's. So back to Monique. Yes, there has been plenty of side stories about Monique not being the most cool people to work with. And it's like that plays a part of her being, and this is coming like after the Oscar winning with Precious. And with the story with Precious, that she get a $50,000 check to do Precious. She do the movie, gets the awards, but she don't promote the movie outside of America. Now we all know what those who understand business, whether it's entertainment business or culinary business, television business, whatever the business it may be, you can get as much recognition you want to in your own neighborhood. That's all good. But the minute you outside of your own neighborhood, that's more money and more opportunities and more networking to be done. You want an Oscar and you didn't continue the movie to promote the movie, and you wonder why the main star of Precious is not the person that won the Oscar, but the chick is on Empire. Come on. That's saying something, man. And you calling out Lee Daniels, a black gay director who's now have power thanks to Empire and Star on Fox Network. Not from trying to promote stuff, but that's his resume. Oprah Winfrey. Come on now. Can we say legendary TV host? Her very own cable network, and many other networks that she probably pop up, but she have her own network, her own studio. She could her own production company. She can produce anything she wants to, anytime, any day, anywhere, and that's her resume. Tyler Perry, playwriting icon. Can't Medea should be enough to be said right there, but instead we got House of Pain, For Better or Worse, Meet the Browns, all the Medea movies. The have and have nots. Loving You Is Wrong. That's his resume, which are still active to this day. Monique's resume may be phenomenal to some folks, but yet it needs to be updated. And right now, she don't have nothing to update her resume other than the fact that she has a big stain on her career because folks are saying that she's not cool to work with. And then at the top of all off, she got a husband for a manager. And one thing you don't do in business is combine business with family. Because to some degrees, it do not automatically work for everybody. Because it's not only is it going to be business, but it's also going to be personal. And sometimes it doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. I'm still waiting for a good story other than Usher with his mom being the manager. I'm still waiting for a great story where the client and the manager are strongly related and they both doing their thing to this day, 10 years, 20 years relationship. I'm still waiting for that. But until then, not saying old boy is not as a terrible manager, but at the same time, it seems like he knows he probably getting messing it up for her at the same time, or he's probably making it worse for her than she is by herself. Because, quite frankly, it's like when I was hearing that interview with him with Monique on the Breakfast Club, it seemed like he had more knowledge of the business of why Netflix and Monique ain't rocking with each other now than Monique does. And it kind of did not look right for her. But yet she continued to stand on her stuff. She continued to stand herself. And I'm not gonna say she didn't have no valid points, but at the same time, it's like a child who understand a thing or two, and your child trying to explain it to the grandparent or the auntie, uncle, or well, basically I'm gonna stick to like grandma, auntie, and you know what I'm saying, the big sister and stuff like that, and they making valid point towards them, but grandma and my grandma and them ain't trying to hear that because they feel like I've been in the game longer than you. I know a thing or two more than you. Ain't no way in the world I'm gonna be taking advice or any type of answering any question from you because I'm older than you. You show me some respect because I'm older than you. And nah, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. And for Monique to pull that off on Charlemagne as opposed to everybody else because she really did not like the fact that Charlemagne, the guy, put her on Donkey of the Day. And that's what's messed up. But that was the problem. That was her the only reason why she wanted to be on the Breakfast Club. Not to go on the Breakfast Club and break down, yo, check out what Netflix gave me. And then come around and be like, you know what? This is what, you know what I'm saying? What comedians need to be doing. Boom, 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 boom. Because right now, from now on, Monique is going to be like the legend that messed it all up for herself. Meanwhile, Tiffany Haddish, who's now the face of comedy from a female's perspective, is going to get a better deal than Monique. While Monique is too busy having her career keep going downward spiral, whether it's by herself or with her husband help or with her lawyer's help. Because you want to know the difference between Monique and almost every comedian that's been doing that thing for the past 5 years? Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, Amy Shermer, Kevin Hart, Cat Williams. They all have one thing in common, and probably Tiffany Haddish will probably do the same thing. They have one thing in common. They all have their own production company. Monique don't have a company other than Mo Worldwide, but yet she's not using that. She's not using her brand to do shows, like literally shows. Like you can do concerts in clubs all you want to, but if you're the legend and you're touring, you see what happens with Dave Chappelle coming back from his five many years of hiatus from the show he made famous. He had to continue doing shows and continue to work with get more people to check him out, this, that, and the third. And now here we are, $20-some million deal, and he's doing Netflix. Chris Rock managed to do movies and movies and movies, yet still have time to hit up the club and keep his skills sharp. Many people would never consider Amy Shermer, whatever her name is. They would never consider Amy funny, but yet she managed to get seats filled in Madison Square Garden, one of the greatest arenas in the country. Yet Monique is hitting up clubs and theaters, but you were talking about a $500. When it's all said and done, Monique may be the best comedian of her class, one of the best comedians in her class, within her peers. But when it comes to business, that's why I'm glad that she has a team, because it's obvious she don't know how to handle her business. She don't. Because if Netflix was just the only problem, I would understand if Netflix came to her many times saying, look, I've seen what you have done and I'm offering you a $500,000 deal. Every time they see her, she has the right to not mess with that deal. But the problem is she's making a big deal out of one network. Whereas HBO, they well known for comedies. Why not Cinemax? Why not a pay-per-view? Matter of fact, why not do your own DVD? Why not get on your grind and make your own special? What makes you think you can't hit 5,000? You can't. You telling me you're not willing to go on the stage, get on the show, and this is business 101. You telling me you can't hit up any of these big venues that has seats for days, and you can't even do a DVD special? You should give them the type of work that be like, you know what, you're right. 500K was too little for you, and you doing big numbers. Let's talk. When instead you're too busy trying to slander Netflix the way Corey Helms tried to. Well, he ain't trying to. He made it be known that the Hollywood producers like Harvey Weinstein was some nasty folks, some pedophiles and all that stuff. He let it be known, that now look what happened. We all seeing what's going on. We seeing that the world of Hollywood is wicked. Even though many people have said it plenty of time, and Corey was one of them. Now the curtains are being removed, the rugs are being pulled over, and finding so many dirty make no doggone sense. The closet door has been open, finding many bones. But yet Monique over here trying to make a big deal out of a $500,000 deal. And many people are going to disagree and be like, yo, Monique's a legend. Monique's a legend. She should be getting more. She should be getting more. True. She's a legend. She should supposed to be getting more. That's if she continue to work on her stuff and show proof that she's putting in work. As far as I'm concerned, ain't no proof. Ain't no proof. Other than her coming out, letting me know Netflix gave me a whack deal and I want everybody to boycott it. What's funny about that? And then you taking shots at Lee Daniels, Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, Lionsgate, Will Packer, and you expect people to support you after you attack them? It don't work that way. That's business regardless. How you talk about people is how they gonna see you, and how people talk about you is how they gonna see you. Now it's up to you to determine whether or not you want to show off legendary status, legendary presentation. And if this is what legendary presentation coming from out of Monique, then I don't blame Netflix for giving her that $500,000 deal. Because at the end of the day, guess what? They're doing business. They trying to give you money in order to see how much you're willing to make in order for them to get their money back and give you a better deal. Because that's business regardless. And it's hard to break it down to someone like Monique who think like, I'm older than you and wiser than you, I should be doing this more because I'm a legend, to a bunch of people who understand business just a little bit more than she does. So it's going to be hard for her to accept that people are not going to 100% ride with you because you're saying some stuff that you won't take it serious. It don't work that way all the time. If it did, I would do better, or I would do something different. Anybody would have do something different. But instead, if you understand the game, you understand the rules, you understand the ins and out, then the game will be played. Either you get at the starting line or you don't get at the starting line. But don't go on the starting line and once the gun is shot, you're still there and complaining that the gun didn't sound right. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about business. And if you understand business, then you will not jumping around talking about this was a bad deal. When everybody's around them telling them business 101, and you're not willing to be humble enough to say, you know what? You're right. Hey, everybody, lawyer, manager, accountant, let's go to the drawing board and let's figure out what needs to be done. Otherwise, you're just there just to be there. You're now known. You're not known for being the most decorated comedian. You're now known for being the type of person that's complaining about the business, even though folks already know how the business get down. So When it's all said and done, Monique needs to stop complaining about this, about Netflix, Breakfast Club, The View. She needs to stop worrying, focusing on that, because at the end of the day, it's not looking good for her. It's not looking good. And many people are going to take shots at me. Cool. That's what the comment board is for. So, at the end, like I say, the deal may be whack, but the presentation that she brings to the table is understandable. You know what I'm saying? So, again, it's your boy P Lot, aka the Brick Slinger. Only thing I can say is that gift makes room, but your character determines how long you stay in that room. All right. So until then, keep sharpening one another. Support the kingdom. Take care and God bless. Labor word.